walking up and down and I never ever really saw myself represented on either the marquee or backstage or anything. So the fact that I'm here today really is a testament to my mom and dad who came from Santo Domingo and made my brother's dream come true. So for that, I am so humbled and honored, and I am proud to say that I stand here before you as the chair of the American Theater Wing. Some of you may not know what that means, but thank you so much. I'm going to explain to you. The American Theater Wing, along with the Broadway League, we are responsible for the total. We are the ones who award these amazing, talented artists that you're meeting today. Many who I dress as a costume designer, which is my day job, and I've had the pleasure of dressing a lot of the talent you see today. But what I'm here to just share with you is that for me as the chair, it's about representation, inclusion, and diversity within all colors, so we can all see our story on the creative way, which is how we can change to make it in an everybody way, and not the everybody way. So, I'm honored to do that. So, when Luis Salgado, our amazing director, producer, and really the heart of this event today, called me and asked me to do this, I'm like, Bobby, I don't speak publicly really well. You really want to give me a microphone? It's like, don't worry, we'll write something for you. I'm like, bet, cool. So then they sent me the text and gave me all of this. I'm like, Jesus, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm just speaking from my heart today that it's an honor to be here as a Latino del Bronx, Boca Chica, New York. Thank you. So I won't keep you much longer. You're here to enjoy these amazing performances. And with that, I'm going to present to you the incredible, amazing Henry Gaiza.
Isn't he pretty? Dressing him up, I love the dressing him up. The subtle tilt of the hat, touches like that make me the best of the lot at dressing them up. I was the cream of the crop. The way I buckled the bolt, folding the felt, helped me to get where I got. Before I got where I got, I was the absolute top. For example, once I asked for a Balenciaga scarf to soften the mannequin's curves. They told me no one on earth will see. I answered no one on earth but me. I stood my ground as no other dresser does, and I is what Balenciaga it was. Seen them up. I was the crème de la crème. As I adjusted each hem, I kept on dazzling them at my particular store, which was the best in the town. You'll never catch them wearing a frown or catch them dressing me down for my fingers, dressing them up. Let's see what we've got here. Raise that skirt just an inch or two, add some rouge, just a pinch or two. Stop that, no, much gustier. Stuff that gauze, make a bustier. Ooh, that frock, Tim I tried it, I would not speak on dead in it well. They start off like hell, but I make them sell by dressing them up with earrings down to their boots, in evening dresses or suits. Unlike some second-rate fruit, I love a second-rate sauce, which can't compare to my own. You'll never catch them wearing a frown or catch them dressing me down for my and dressing them up. I have the touch. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Claudia Mulet.
When we see ourselves empowered and represented in the American theater, we can take those stories to countries in dire need of them. That was the case when Andy Señor Jr. directed Rent in La Habana, Cuba, the first Broadway musical produced by an American company in over 50 years. Can you believe that? I consider myself not only honored to have been within that company, but to be in that moment in history that taught each of us so many lessons. Our beautiful country is today in the midst of unrest, as the voices and the cries of libertad are echoing throughout the world. Today, we pray and stand with the Cuban people, and we look forward for that day that liberty and freedom reign from shore to shore.
$525,000 momentos de paz. 525,600 minutos. ¿Cómo medimos un año más? Días, noches, en tardes o desayunos, en metros, dolor, llorar o reír. 525,600 minutos. ¿Tú cómo puedes un año medir?
Interrupted that I couldn't help myself. I just had to bust in. ¿Cómo está mi gente? Born in New York
Ladies
City.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, oh, right. You should introduce me, please. Please introduce me. My name is... Gracias, Claudia. Gracias. Hello, New York City. That story and that translation from Seasons of Love from English to Spanish, and also many other languages, is so powerful and important every day. But today is a very particular time just because of the world that we're living in. So remembering that there's no day but today, and that there's nothing but love is a good thing. And also that our little show called Rent That Could has gone all over the planet to spread love, and particularly the familial bonds that changed another set of young artists forever. When I have to tell this story. I made a film after Rent called Wild Things in Miami. And it's like a cult classic. It's really cute. You can watch it. But anyway, I spent 3 months in Miami. And I packed up my stuff and I was coming back home to New York. And I had that big director's chair with my name on it. It was such a gift. And I'm putting all that stuff in the airport, you know, like I'm checking it in. And the woman says, "Oh my God, what were you doing?" I'm like, "I was shooting a film." She's like, "Oh, really? What did you do on it?" I was like, "I acted in it." She's like, "That's funny. You don't look like an actress." And the thing is, she looked like me. And I did not know then that it was because she hadn't seen other people that were actors that looked like me. And it is an honor to me to be standing here telling you that story, because that's not true anymore. If somebody said that to you, you would probably say, "That's because you haven't seen many actors." And for me, that person, yeah, that person was this person. I wonder if you can guess who she was. Was my king. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? Make believing is hard alone out here on my own. We're always proving who we are, always reaching for that rising star to guide me far and shine me home out here on my own. And when I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through. Help me, you. Irene Cara. and she made me proud to look like me, you know? So, and that was a really big thing. That's not the case anymore. People look like me and are doing this, and you're watching them today. So, I don't know what else to say other than the rest is history. We're making it, and we're here. We're here, mi gente. That's right. And we're not a monolith, okay? We come in all sizes, shapes, colors, and flavors.
And now, please welcome the writer and music director of today's show, Eric Ulloa y Jaime Lozano.
This is overwhelming to see this today. So thank you all for being here. From my very first memories as a child, I've known one thing to be true. I had no choice but to be a storyteller. I was surrounded by them. Abuelas y abuelos, tíos y tías, all telling me about this land called Cuba that I come from. A land that, still to this day, I have not seen. A land of white sand beaches and turquoise waters. Gardens where my mother sat and had tea parties with her abuelo. Streets where my dad and his brothers played stickball with a broom handle. A land they were forced to flee, one for fear of imprisonment or death for loyalty to the former president, the other for fear of having to join the military and being stuck in the country for at least a decade longer.
My story begins in my homeland of Mexico. I began the journey in 2007 when I arrived to this country, trying to make the United States mi hogar, my home. And it's now 14 years later, after countless hours spent and a depleted savings account. Then last week, my wife and I finally can call ourselves proud green card holders. And thanks to that, and all the people who believe in Latinos and immigrants like myself, I can tell my stories now from this very place that I love.
How we stumbled into the world of theater was quite accidental, but where we draw our inspiration from is not. It's from our history and the essence of our culture. The perspective of Latin and Hispanic stories can't all be pinned on one sole experience, but has to be cultivated from as many creative voices as possible. The details and intricacies from our lives and experiences that may seem so different from you all are actually the ones that bring us closer.
When I pull from my own story and my own journey, I strongly believe that I'm creating from honesty, and it's in that honesty that audiences are gonna find themselves.
My family and their exodus from Cuba vibrates within Anatevka and the hope they fled with. A hope that finds itself at the kitchen table of the younger family as they explore what happens to a dream deferred. Outcomes of which haunt the eyes of Willie Loman as he stares out at the inevitable. We all understand these human feelings no matter how specific the circumstance. Our hearts leap when the King of Siam dances because we all crave a moment that will make us rethink all we've ever known. When we see ourselves in a plethora of voices represented in these theaters all around us, we will no longer rob audiences of the most precious gift the theater offers, an opportunity to find themselves.
And now, please welcome.
Espérame tantito. I want to do this one, please. May I? Let me. Now,
He's getting ready.
we're gonna, I'm grateful for many people in my life and for those that have opened door for many of us. One of those is a guy that has a little show like around the corner called Lin-Manuel Miranda, my friend and colleague. And we want to do this song that we put a little Mexican sound to it. And to perform it tonight, the wonderful, the marvelous, la maravillosa, my wife, Florencia Cuenca.
Échale, mi amor.
I saved every card that you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. He said, "You're mine," then said, "You were mine." Do you know what Angelica said when we saw your first carta llegar? She said, "Cuidado con él, mi amor. Él hará lo que sea to survive." To read those words like my sentences. Do sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. He got the trales. I'm rereading las cartas she wrote me. I'm searching and scanning respuestas. Never realized ninguna señal cuando you were mine. El mundo ardió. Todas las cartas she wrote you. You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed. I'm clearing your name. Arruinaste our lives. Esa vez what Angelica said when she read what you've done. Dijo, "You've married a Negro. Ella flow muy cerca del sol. Doing these words of self-comfort legacy. Tus sentences for senseless. Y estás tan paranoid in every paragraph. How they perceive you. From the narrative, let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. Destrozado todo estás like watching it burn. Watching it burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. No van a saber what I said. Burning the memories, burning the cartas that I have within you. You they don't rise to my heart. And these that let it join our bed. You sleep in your office instead. Con solo la memoria of what you were mine. I hope that you
associate choreographer and associate director, Luis Salgado and Gabriela Garcia.
Let's try this. I want everybody to speak Spanish. Yeah, so I'm gonna say hola. Guess what you're gonna say? Hola. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hola. Hola. Let's do it one more time and let's do it louder. 1, 2, 3. Hola.
Hola. Oh my goodness! I mean, can you believe that what's happening? Look at, there's people all the way back there, everyone, enjoying the show. It's amazing.
One of the amazing Broadway photographers just shared a picture with me that showed us how this looks. If you go to our Instagrams, you'll see how amazing, how many people are checking out our Latino stories right now.
But we're here to tell a story.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a little boy in Colombia who wanted to dance.
The role of a mentor is perhaps one of the most important ways an artist can have a lasting impact. And today we're here to celebrate one that has not only been an integral part of my life, but also to the many lives of our community on Broadway. His name is Sergio Trujillo.
Known for his award-winning choreography and direction, his attention to detail and research highlight the care and understanding he puts into each work. He's the best at his craft, and by simply doing what he does, he's a mentor to so many of us.
And yet, he dares to go beyond like he did today. He wasn't supposed to stop from that chair, and he's here already back here. So let's give Sergio Trujillo a round of applause right away. It's not an exaggeration when I say that Sergio has become literally like a father to me in the arts. His mentorship has changed my life and has given me hope, validation, and so many other tools I gained just by watching his example. He enters every new project as if it was his last, which is his passion, his hunger, and makes us all push further.
And he does that because he demands the best of you, because he sees your potential and wants to watch it fully rise to the occasion.
It is important that we know also that he's funny. He has a really amazing heart, and he loves running out with the circus. I proved that 2 years ago when we did Cirque du Soleil.
After winning the Tony Award in 2019, he not only dedicated the award to the next generation of Latin artists, but he took the time to sit with the Revolución Latina campers, telling them his story, to allow them to see that this very much could be their story one day.
He understands why mentorship is so important. It is our legacy. The next generation is what we leave behind, and it's our responsibility to not only open doors for them, but to mold and protect them.
And we desperately need this, especially in our communities and in all communities of color. We need more people mentored, inspired, and empowered so that we have representation in every field. People who relate to our culture, so that when we tell our stories, we have the support from those who fully understand it on stage and off stage.
When we see ourselves, oh my God, I'm gonna stop right here. Marielis Molina from Venezuela. I mean, one of the biggest artists I ever know. We don't always give the value that ensemble members deserve. Can we give this incredible ensemble? Through the lens and through the work of you, Sergio. Thank you so much for making me matter in what I do as a dancer and giving me a path to direct and choreograph and giving me the opportunity to do this show here today. When we see ourselves planting seeds for trees we might never see, we find the best part of ourselves. Once upon a time, there was a little boy in Colombia who wanted to dance, and his mark was felt far and wide. Hit it! Sergio Trujillo, por favor, venga campeón. Sergio Trujillo. Maestro.
So that was like a birthday, like a happy birthday surprise. So I was not expecting that, and now I'm supposed to talk after this. Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, you all are just absolutely unbelievable. Thank you for that. Thank you, Luis. Thank you so much. Aren't they amazing?
Gracias a ti, tenemos un regalito. We have a gift, and of course we have our wonderful Imagine, Miss Charlotte St. Martin here to give it up to you. And it's nothing else but the Big Apple. You represent in our hearts the Big Apple, Papi. You are, when you get that speech for the Tony Awards, and you talked about all the dreamers, all the people that are here following their dreams. We have Jaime Lozano, we have this incredible band. We have people like Florencia Cuenca, like Claudia, like David, like Henry, like all the artists. You keep us going every single day. You are our Big Apple. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, let's go on with the show.
Now, please welcome Robin de Jesus.
Hey, what up, mi gente? What up? Yo, real talk, the past year and a half has felt like a sea of darkness. Darkness where you run and cling to whatever light you can find. But what happens when one of the brightest lights suddenly goes out? Doreen Montalvo was, with no exaggeration, a matriarch of the Latin theatrical community. She knew everyone, everyone knew her. She's a testament to the working class backbone of our industry, who busted her ass, never gave up, and whose star was on the rise when she was taken from us. She was joy. She was uninhibited. She lived life 100% in the moment, selfless till the end. Her death brought us together when we were forced to be apart. Candles lit in our Zoom boxes, releasing not only the pain of her loss, but what had built up from the world at large. When we see ourselves in Doreen and all the other lights extinguished this past year and a half, we remember the power of community and the importance of holding on to everyone. Blessings, y'all.
The day goes by, the shadows fall, when all our lights are gone.
How do we go on, sun by side?
And when it's dark,
We find some candle
and wonder where you are.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so that surprise was so powerful that Sergio was like, I have no words, but now we have to remember history because we stand on shoulders that are really important and time passes by. So Charlotte and Sergio, please come back.
Thank you, Luis. That was truthfully a surprise. So that I was not expecting that. So I was at a loss of words. First of all, just witnessing all of you. Thank you for joining us today. You have no idea what it means to us. But the real unsung heroes of today is the Broadway League, who has stood behind us. They have stood behind Viva Broadway for over a decade. And someone that I want to celebrate today is Charlotte St. Martin, because she has really been rooting for us. So please give a hand to Charlotte St. Martin. When we had a concert here over 10 years ago, I want you to look at the little tent right there, right? That little tent was our stage. The little white tent right in the middle of that was our tent. And to watch and witness what we're doing here today, to be able to see all of you, todos ustedes aquí con nosotros celebrando nuestra cultura, el talento tan lindísimo que hay, es muy importante que sigamos y que seamos responsables en inspirar a toda la gente joven que aporten los sueños. It's so important. It's the mission of the Broadway League and their support of Viva Broadway, so thank you. Thank you, Charlotte St. Martin. And then I also, a big round of applause for our friend Luis Miranda, who I know he's been part of this dream. So thank you, Luis. Thank you. One final word. When I talked about being in New York 30 years ago, but 30 years ago when I first came to this city, I was in a cast of a show called Typical New York. Thank you very much. I was in the cast of John Robbins Broadway, but during that time there was a show that was about to premiere called Dangerous Games, and that show there was a lot of buzz about it, but there was it was being written, directed, and choreographed by a woman by the name of Graciela Daniel. Now, hold on. When I thought, oh, okay, well she's that name sounds kind of European or French or Italian or something like that. But it was actually a Latina director, choreographer, and writer 30 years ago. Now that's a giant. Luis asked me to speak about standing on the shoulders of giants. And she is someone that has allowed me to see myself in her through the work that she's done. And it's so important for us to not forget those who have become before us. Chita Rivera, Priscilla Lopez, Graciela Daniel, Raul Julia, on and on. We must remember history. We must remember this moment. Because today, we all get to shine and we all get to have this stage to showcase this beautiful talent, which will then they themselves become giants. So once again, I am humbled by today. Please, thank you. I am humbled by the talent, and I appreciate you joining us today in support of Viva Broadway. Please come back next year because we'll be even bigger and better.
And thank you all. Between Luis Miranda, Sergio, Lin-Manuel, you are completing our dream. When we started Viva Broadway in 2009, this is what we had in mind, and you all helped us make it come true. So thank you for being here with us.
And now, I think you all know the name Lin-Manuel Miranda, yes or yes? Well, he has a father and a mother, and his father, Luis Miranda, happens to be here to take us to our next song.
I don't know.
Well,
Figuring it out now.
You don't have to listen to the news for a long time to realize the sadness we hear often. And some of those stories are very personal to us. when they criticize and want to kick the dreamers out of the country on just immigration laws. COVID has brought about real change and has made us all aware of the inequities in the city, in the country where we live. And throughout all of this, we have learned that there are a group of people who are magicians, that they make us change our heart, our mind, our spirit, and that's the actors and the artists and the musicians. They feel, and when they go on stage, and when they play those instruments, and when you hear those voices, you get transported and you feel better. This past Tuesday, I saw my sons, Emmanuel's Hamilton, for the 1,000th time. But it was so special. With every note, with every word, it was like the first time that that music and those words were felt. The show was 35 minutes longer because after each number, there was a standing ovation. Now we're back on Broadway. But we want Broadway to continue to change. We want to be part, in a larger way, of that Broadway. We want to tell our stories. We want to dance our dances. We want to sing our music. So, thank you for being here. Y viva Broadway!
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Y ahora con ustedes, Nicholas Edwards.
Someday we'll be free. I promise you we'll be free. If not tomorrow, then the day after that. And the candles in our hands will illuminate this land. If not tomorrow, then the day after that. And the world that gives us pain, that fills our lives with fear, on the day after that will disappear. And the war we fought to win, I promise you we will win. If not tomorrow, then the day after that, or the day after that. Someday we'll be free. I promise you we'll be free. If not tomorrow, then the day after that. And the candles in our hands will illuminate this land. If not tomorrow, then the day after that. On the day after that, well,
And now, please welcome to stage Alma Cuervo.
On Your Feet marked my 15th Broadway show, and oddly enough, my first time playing a Latina principal in one. I've been a witness to the early rise of the Nazi Party. I've been an enchanted teapot. I've even sunk on the Titanic. Yet what I've seen most in my career on stage is a change for the better by a theatrical community that always demanded it. From picket lines outside the play Goodbye Fidel, demanding that equity make it a provision that Latins and Hispanics are seen for plays and musicals about us, to how we've shifted past the only roles we were ever offered, maids, gangsters, etc. And though the change in opportunity has been a great one, I look forward to the space we can continue to make. I look forward to Latins and Hispanics in lead roles with stories centered around them. I look forward to the powers that be taking chances on young, unknown Latin or Hispanic actors the way we do with white ones. I look forward to how we can further shake it up. How we can take our children to the theater and ask them afterwards, can you see yourself in that role? Could you be Maria Van Trapp? When we see ourselves spreading deeper into the fabric of the American theater, the beauty of our culture and traditions will give new life to material we thought was stale or unmalleable. I want to leave you with a piece of advice that I learned early on and has served me to this day. The only way to be an actor is to stay open and to never allow yourself to become bitter. For if we do that, we close ourselves off and it destroys our souls. Great change can be created with an open heart and a belly full of hope.
Joyful music for the world should be our responsibility to share with the world our song, a story to pass along. Our traditions carry on.
Sarah Rowan and the company of Viva Broadway. Thank you all for joining us on this celebration tonight, and buenas noches.
What's your
Take your elbow diaper up somewhere else. Evan's Day.
Never met.
Oh my god, no way! No. It was very overwhelming getting up there and seeing the crowd size the first time. I was ready to do the whole Gloria pitch the notes thing, and I was like, I'm going to lose this all the way down by the M&M sort of thing. My favorite part was like, catching me though. He said, I don't like the last line. I was like, what do you mean? He gives me last line. I go,
Yeah, doing that.
to